Hello, I'm Gerardo Mosquera, curator and art critic. First of all, I have to say that the Venice Biennale is a 19th century institution that has maintained a conservative character. Due to its own structure, it keeps national representation, in contradiction to contemporary tendencies, just because the national pavilions are there at the Giardini as a given. Uh, Also, the curated exhibition, no matter of how advanced it could be, is also quite linked to its physical locations. These structural constraints have avoided the Biennale to undertake new models of biennial making that have been proposed in many other perennials around the world. The Venice Biennale is like a respectable old fat lady whose heavy anatomy hampers it to follow the pace of the times, although it keeps an aristocratic glamour. Even Documenta allow Oakwell Wessel to decentralize its 11th edition, both in spatial and temporal terms, something that would be unthinkable for the Biennale. It's therefore difficult for it to host centrifugal tendencies in contemporary art, such as internet art, public art, community actions, artivism, and so on. The upside is that the Biennale is the biggest art festival in the world, art's hugest party, and this is irreplaceable. Venice is not only for looking at art, but to promenade through the Giardini, meet people, and have spirits with them, walk around the city. On the contrary of many other perennials, it's very much about relaxation, and that's good. It's also a major touristic attraction beyond the art world. Well, all this situation, as you see, makes it difficult for the Biennale to adapt to pandemic times more than for other art exhibitions. I think that perhaps one lesson that the pandemic has given us is the awareness that we were not making enough use of the great range of possibilities that electronic communications bring, and that we had exaggerated the importance of face-to-face contact. Okay, that said, it's also true that art is bonded to visual perception and to the experience of space much more than other arts. Anyway, in pandemic times, you have to go virtual, which has been the main response to dealing with exhibitions during these very critical days. But I think this is a great challenge for a conservative institution, but it's a challenge that it has to assume. What about the Venice Biennale online, completely devoted to video art and to internet art? Certainly, it won't be the Biennale, but something else. Would it be an example of the radical responses that are needed? Measures such as controlling the number of visitors, keeping social distance, and visits by appointment have also helped to prevent the art world from entering a coma during the pandemic. However, non-profit artistic activity is already suffering enormously from the economic crisis brought by COVID-19. Pandemic times are not only about health, but about lack of money. I imagine that other challenge for the Biennale is to guarantee funds to subsist. The art market has not been so shaken by the economic crisis, as it has a luxurious character and luxury suffers the least in prices, which affect the richest to a lesser degree. It might be utopian, But I think that the gallery system should contribute to support the Biennale. At the end, perennials are crucial to legitimate art and to build its market value. So I think it's due time for the market to give them a hand now. I mean naive probably, but this is something that an aggressive Biennale would explore or could explore if necessary. May the lesson the art world learns from this tragedy would be the need to emphasize the centrifugal possibilities of art. That is to say, its action outside itself and its world toward the world out there. Thank you.